Hey Esther, are you there? I have something urgent that you and I need to discuss. Or rather, I suppose it's something more that I just have to inform you. There isn't really much room for negotiation about it now that I think about it. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow my sister is going to show up at our house to spend some time with us.
Wait a minute, Richard. Why are you dropping this bombshell on me now? I really wish that you would have given me some advance notice about this. I had no clue that anyone was going to be visiting us, let alone your sister tomorrow. I have so much that I have to arrange before she arrives. I don't have time when you spring these things on me so abruptly.
What are you rambling about? What do you have to arrange? There isn't anything you need to prepare for my sister. Why would you even assume that? You need to do something like that? It doesn't make any sense.
Richard, you can't be serious about that, right? You know that there are always some kinds of preparations to be done when someone comes over. I have to clean the house, make it at least look decent and try and be a good host.
Well, I really don't see what the big fuss is. It isn't like you have to demolish the whole house and do some kind of thorough clean or something like that. I don't see why you just can't shove things in the closet and make the house look somewhat nice for them, you know? Besides, you're my wife. That's kind of your duty to be ready for these kinds of things. Anyways, if you're really that anxious, then you should have been keeping the house in order, just in case anyone were to pop by anyways. But it's not like you don't have a lot of free time anyways. I mean, you basically been doing nothing ever since you got pregnant. I'm really not convinced. If you're trying to tell me that you don't have enough time to do this one small thing for me.
But that isn't even the problem. I don't think you're being fair to me at all right now, Richard.
I'm sorry. But if that's all you have to offer me, then you're going to have to try a little harder to come up with a better argument. In fact, you may as well accept it right now that the moment you married me, you forfeited any right to argue with me at all.
What do you mean? You can't actually be serious about that, right? Why are you being so domineering? This isn't fair. I mean, you're talking as if you're someone out of the 50s or something. Don't you know that husbands can't just treat their wives like this anymore? Besides, I'm literally 8 months pregnant. Are you really just not going to acknowledge that at all? But this isn't just a recent thing. I feel like you've been treating me poorly like this ever since I got pregnant all those months ago. Aren't you worried at all about our child? And what kind of effect that treating me like this might have on them? You're being totally unreasonable.
You really think that just because you're pregnant, it means that you can do whatever you want? Why do you think being pregnant even makes you that special, huh?
What do you mean? I don't think it makes me special. I think it means that I have a medical condition where I have a literal human growing inside me.
Oh, please. Just why do you think that entitles you to any kind of special treatment at all, huh? Any woman can get pregnant. You're not that remarkable, you know. You really think that just because you're pregnant that I have to do every little thing for you? No, you're having a baby, but that doesn't make you a baby. You're just going to have to learn how to take care of yourself and quit depending so much on me.
And do you honestly believe that your feelings will remain unchanged about this entire situation? Even after I bring our precious child into this world, Richard?
What in the world are you blabbering about now? Why do you always have to divert the conversation away from the main issue? If you have something to say, then just spit it out and get on with your miserable life. I have absolutely no patience to deal with some irrational and emotional pregnant woman right now.
I'm simply trying to say that even after I give birth to our baby, are you still going to expect me to do everything by myself? Are you really just going to sit back and watch me struggle to take care of the house and the chores and the child, while you lift not a single finger to help out at all?
I have no clue what you're attempting to ask. I mean, who else would be responsible for any of that stuff anyways?
I'm truly appalled by the messages that I'm reading from you. You are being utterly absurd. I mean, are you seriously not going to lend a hand around the house or with the child at all after I endure the pain of labor? Well, if that's how you truly feel about the situation, then I guess I have a clear picture of where we stand right now.
Yeah, where we stand is that I don't want you bothering me with your petty requests for help for every trivial thing. Got it? You're my wife, and that means that it's your duty to obey whatever your husband commands you to do and stop complaining. Did you really not realize that when you got married, you signed up to take care of the house and the chores and everything? I'm not treating you like anything.
I just never imagined that after we got married that you were going to transform into such a tyrannical jerk, Richard. I mean, you do realize that I have a job as well, right? I'm only taking a break right now because of my pregnancy. Once I recover, I'll have some more time. I'll be able to resume my work after I have the child as well. But the fact of the matter is that I still work, and I still contribute to the family in that way. So I don't understand why it is that you think you can treat me as if I never ever do anything for this family?
I'm treating you this way precisely because you're not contributing anything to the family at all. Besides, nothing that you said changes the fact that I'm the husband and you're the wife, and whatever I say goes. The moment you said I do, you gave up your life to me. You vowed to always be faithful and obedient and never once question your husband. Did you really not comprehend what you were getting yourself into?
I don't recall anything besides the faithful part ever being part of our vows. And if you really think that's how a marriage is supposed to work, then I don't even know what to say to you. But I suppose, if anything, I should say I'm thankful for you making your position crystal clear. And I suppose I finally understand why it is that you haven't shown me a shred of kindness ever since I first got pregnant.
And just what makes you think that someone like you even deserves a speck of kindness from someone like me, huh?
You're right. I guess it's probably because you're busy showing all your kindness to someone else.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Just what is that supposed to mean, huh? How dare you talk to me like this?
I didn't mean anything by it at all, Richard. Anyways, I have to get ready for your sister to arrive tomorrow, so I'm about to be swamped.
Hey, you should have absolutely nothing on your agenda this summer, right? I mean, you don't really have anything planned for the whole, say, summer vacation until school resumes again. Does that sound correct?
I'm not quite sure what you're implying about plans or being free. I am 8 months pregnant, so by the time summer begins, I'll probably have already checked into the hospital to prepare for giving birth.
Right. Okay, so you're going to be in the hospital for a short period of time near the start of summer. And then apart from that, you should be free. Do I have that correct? I suppose that means you wouldn't have any issues watching kids then, right?
Richard, I'm not quite sure what you're rambling about right now, but watching kids is all that I would be doing anyways after I get discharged from the hospital. Or rather, I should say that watching a kid for hours is the only thing that I'm going to be doing once I get discharged from the hospital.
But you already admitted that you don't really have any other plans for this summer after you have our baby, right? Please, you have to do me a favor here. My sister could really use your assistance, Esther.
I'm sorry, but I still have no clue what you're talking about. What assistance does your sister need? You're still not explaining to me why you want to know whether or not I'm going to be free this summer?
And the only reason I'm asking you if you're going to be free this summer or not is because my sister's going to need someone to look after her 4 kids for the summer break.
Wait, what are you telling me? That you want me to be the one to look after them when I'm already so close to giving birth to our own child right now? You can't possibly be serious about that, right?
Of course I am. I wouldn't be asking this of you if I wasn't serious about you doing it. That wouldn't make any sense at all.
But what do you mean? Why do you think I would agree to this? What does any of this have to do with me?
It has everything to do with you because you're going to be home all day anyways, right? So if you're not going to be doing anything but lounging around the house with a baby, then you should be able to do it just fine. I mean, you said yourself that you still have your maternity leave and won't have to go into the office for a while after you have our kid, remember? I mean, you are really starting to infuriate me with this lazy, entitled attitude of yours. Do you realize that?
Did you seriously just call me lazy and entitled for being pregnant? What kind of way is that to talk to your wife, Richard? Seriously, what is wrong with you? Why are you treating me like this?
No, look, I'm not going to ask you anymore. Do you understand? You are going to look after my sister's kids and that's final. Just think of this as a way to get some practice in child rearing before you have to do the real thing. This is going to be a great learning opportunity. You will learn how to deal with 4 kids of all different ages. It's going to be awesome, I promise.
So you were never asking me in the first place. Is what I'm to infer from that then? No, The answer is no, and this is the last I want to hear of it. I'm sorry, but you'll have to tell your sister to go and look for a sitter somewhere else.
What did you just say? You really think you can talk to me like this? Did you forget that you are my wife? And I'm your husband. You can't talk to me like that.
Look, Richard, even if I wanted to do this for your sister, it just wouldn't work at all in the current state that I'm in. I am literally about to give birth to our child, and you are asking me to take care of 4 kids for the entire summer on top of that. I mean, do I really have to spell out for you why this isn't going to work? Just think about it, Richard.
What in the name of all that is holy are you talking about, Esther? The only one who wasn't thinking about this hard enough is you. Or rather, you're actually thinking about it way too much. Because the whole issue is so much more straightforward than you're making it out to be. You were going to do what I say and watch my sister's kids. Or else I'm going to divorce you. So how do you feel about that?
You're serious about this? You're really going to divorce me if I don't do as you say? Do you even comprehend what you're actually saying when you threaten me with that, Richard?
Of course I do. Do you really think that I would just say something like that without thinking about it first? You're clearly just upset because you can't think of a good counter-argument. And that's why you resorted to these pathetic little questions. But I've already made it very clear to you that I am the master around here. And you have no right to tell me no about anything that I ask of you.
So you're really not even going to listen to your wife telling you that she is not ready, capable, or willing to do this?
I'm pleased that you're finally starting to get some of that through your thick skull. So does that mean that I don't need to have to keep arguing with you over this? Here's the deal. You're going to take care of my sister's 4 kids for the duration of the summer break, okay? You're my wife, and I know for a fact you have nothing but time on your hands right now. So don't even try to tell me that you're not going to be able to do this. If I hear even a word of complaint from you again, so help me, I will really divorce you.
Well, okay then. Consider this my one more word of complaint. Now let's go get that divorce started, Richard.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You're telling me that you want to get divorced?
I mean that you gave me a choice. Obey you or get a divorce, right? Well, I've made my choice. So how do you feel about that?
Hold on. What are you talking about right now? You're really going to try and walk away from me? What do you think you'll be able to do for yourself after that? You might think that you're tough talking like that to me right now. But I know that you'll never, ever be able to walk the walk. So if you're not actually serious about any of this, then I suggest you keep your mouth shut. And don't say stupid things like that. Or else I will really leave you.
I'm not trying to bluff you, and I wasn't joking about that either.
Look, the summer break starts tomorrow, and my sister's kids are going to be coming not long after that. I really don't have time for this kind of nonsense from you.
And just why do you think that I'm going to go along with any of this? You can't just drop a huge request on me like this and expect me to jump at it and drop everything else that I'm doing. You can't just treat people, especially your wife, this way. But I don't even see why we're continuing this conversation. It seems that we've said all we have to say.
No, we're not through here. You need to understand very clearly that the only way that you're going to get a divorce is with my consent, okay? I mean, I know that you don't really want to get divorced as a pregnant woman, right? What would be the point in doing something as foolish as that?
Oh no, I think I'm going to be just fine, actually. Besides, I'm only giving you what you wanted, Richard.
Esther, where are you? Answer me, damn it! I've searched every nook and cranny of this godforsaken house, and I can't find a single trace of you. My sister and her brats are going to be here any minute now, and I expected you to have everything spick and span for their arrival. But instead, you've left me with a mess that looks like a tornado hit it. You better have a good explanation for your absence and be working your ass off somewhere to make up for it.
How many times do I have to tell you, Richard? I'm done with you. I'm at the lawyer's office right now, signing the divorce papers that will finally set me free from you.
What the hell are you saying? Are you out of your mind? Are you still trying to pull this ridiculous stunt on me? I told you before that you can't fool me with your childish games. I'm not falling for your pathetic attempt to scare me.
And I told you before that this is not a game. This is not a stunt, and this is the end of us. How can you be so blind and deaf to the truth? Do you not see that I'm serious about this? And how dare you invite your sister and her horde of kids to our house without consulting me? What were you thinking? What's wrong with you? If you thought that I would just play along with your twisted plan, then you're gravely mistaken. Because I'm not even in the house right now. I'm miles away from you and I'm never coming back.
You're not making any sense, Esther. You're talking nonsense. Are you having some kind of breakdown? Are you suffering from a fever or something? Is this some hormonal craze caused by your pregnancy? I warned you before that if you don't listen to me and do as I say, then I will divorce you. Now get your ass back to the house right now and start preparing for my sister's kids. Or do you really intend to ignore them and leave them in a lurch?
Are you really so heartless and selfish that you expect me to care about these 4 strangers when I'm carrying your child inside me? And is this how you treat the mother of your unborn baby? By threatening to abandon her and take away everything she has?
What are you babbling about now, Esther? You really think that being pregnant gives you a free pass to do whatever you want, don't you? When will you grow up and face reality? When will you realize that you can't run away from your duties like this?
Me run away from my duties? You're the one who's running away from your responsibilities. You're blackmailing me and trying to force me to stay with you. But you know what? I don't need you. I'd rather be a divorced single mother than spend another second with you. So your threat is useless.
Wait a minute, Esther. Don't be rash. I thought we agreed that this was a bad joke, and I don't want to hear any more of this insane talk from you. Do you hear me?
And I'm telling you for the final time that this is not a joke. This is not insane. This is very real. In fact, I've already filed the papers for the divorce and there's no turning back now. So there's no point in continuing this conversation any longer. Because nothing you say will change the fact that we're over.
What? Are you serious? You really filed the divorce papers already? Please tell me that you're still trying to trick me somehow. You can't be serious about this, can you?
Why do I even waste my time with you? Are you even paying attention to what I'm saying? I'm telling you that I'm serious. I was never joking about this. And now I've gone and divorced you. It's done. You gave me a choice and I made my decision. Don't blame me for not choosing the option that you wanted.
You can't be serious. You can't possibly mean what you're saying. I'm speechless. You're really serious about this, aren't you? You really have the nerve to divorce me, but I never gave you the authority to do that. When did I ever grant you the power to end our marriage?
Authority? Power? Of course, you gave me both. You said I had 2 choices. I could either obey your every command like a loyal, submissive wife, or we could get a divorce. That's what you told me. I'm following your instructions to the letter and nothing more.
So then, you really hated me that much? But then, who is going to take care of my sister's kids?
That is not my concern, and it never was. Deal with it yourself.
What do you mean?
I mean that you brought this upon yourself. And if you have an issue with where things stand now, blame yourself.
I don't understand. Why would you do this to me?
That's exactly the question that I want to throw back at you. You pushed me to this. You were being so cruel to your own pregnant wife. And you never, ever lifted a finger to help out around the house. Did you really think a marriage like ours was going to survive?
This can't be true. This isn't Esther. Someone must have hacked your phone to type all this.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not the case. It is your soon-to-be ex-wife Esther telling you all of this. You treated me terribly and told me if I didn't like it that I could walk away. Besides, I know about the affair you were having.
Affair? What are you talking about? This time I was never having an affair.
Don't try to lie to me, Richard. I have all the evidence that I need.
What are you talking about? You must have really lost your mind, huh?
You really are audacious. You know that. Carrying on your affair, even when your wife is pregnant, you have no idea what you've been putting me through with the way you've been treating me.
I only thought you were using your pregnancy to get out of doing your wife duties.
You have no idea what it's like to be pregnant. And you were never being fair to me at all. You were literally about to have me watch over 4 kids in my condition.
But only so that you can get some practice in dealing with children.
The only person who needs practice here is you.
Please, there's no need to be angry with me over this. I messed up, okay?
I don't want to hear anything more from you. I am sick and tired of having to treat you like you're some god on earth. We are done. The divorce is happening, and you are going to have to pay dearly for your affair. The next time you hear from me, it will be from my lawyer. Finally, Richard came to terms with the fact that he had no escape and conceded to the divorce. Not long after, he was shocked to receive a letter from my lawyer summoning him to a meeting about alimony, child support, and the lawsuit for his adultery. Richard even agreed to sign a contract to never, ever reach out to me again in return for a slight reduction of some of the charges that he would have to pay me. But by then, it was too late. The scandal of his affair and divorce had spread like wildfire to his company, and he had no choice but to resign in shame.